You tap a seat. The price isn't terrible. You think, best value means I won't regret it. Then checkout turns into a menu of upgrades. Each one is framed like the responsible choice, and they're sitting right under the total. This is why budgets feel haunted. Today I'm going to show you 12 everyday purchases that used to be normal. I'll show you why they're not worth the price now, and the simple cheaper swap for each. By the end, you'll have a clean list of the 12 not anymore buys. Plus, 3 questions you can run before any checkout to keep the total from ballooning. The first number is there to get you moving. The extras are where the money is. Keep your thumb hovering over continue, because the next option is the one most people buy without even noticing. You scroll, and it's all stacked there. Service charge, processing charge, delivery charge. Delivery, even when nothing is being physically delivered except a barcode. Then the page offers a few helpful options right under the total. Seat upgrade, bundle, protect your order. You didn't ask for a whole adventure, you asked for a seat, so you scroll back up because your brain is trying to prove it missed something. It didn't miss anything. The page is built like this on purpose. The real price is whatever shows up at the final screen, not the number that got you to click. That first price is just the starting number. And it's not just tickets. This same climb shows up when you're hungry. It shows up when you're bored. It shows up when you just want something to be easy. In a minute, I'm going to point at one tiny checkbox that prints money for them. Also, one of these upgrades is still sold as being responsible. It's quietly brutal. And at the end, I'll show you how to keep the fun stuff without getting dragged upward. Right now, stay on this ticket page with me, because this is the cleanest version of the trick. They show you a simple price first. Then they make the real version feel like the normal one. Look at the words on that screen. Only, recommended, best value. It's the same language every time. It's trying to make you feel silly for buying the basic version. Now, look at where the options sit. They're not buried at the bottom. They're right where your thumb pauses before you pay. You think this is a ticket problem, but there's a catch. The seat price is bait, and the business is selling you the climb. I'm going to name this once so you can spot it everywhere. It's the upgrade ladder. It starts with a base price that feels fair. Then it nudges you step by step toward the expensive version. The base price is the ad. The upgrades are the business. Picture your thumb again. You already spent time choosing the perfect seat. You zoomed in. You compared sections. You clicked back and forth. Now, you just want to finish. So, each little add-on feels like you're protecting the time you already spent. That's why this works. The first number sets the mood. Then the page hands you choices that feel like being smart. Like you're upgrading because you're careful. But most of these upgrades are not protecting you. They're monetizing your hesitation. They're harvesting the moment when you're tired of deciding. Here's the part that makes me mad. Most of the money isn't in the seat. It's in the add-ons. The seat gets you in the door. The add-ons are where the business really happens. Now here's the part that actually helps. Quick thing before I start telling you what you can do. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't personal financial advice. This is education and entertainment based on research and real-world experience. Decide your no before you're tempted, not after. Before you click anything, decide what you're buying. A seat, not a package. Or a meal, not a bundle. And a shirt, not a logo. Because once you start climbing, saying no feels like giving something up, even if you never had it. So, set a boundary while you're calm. It can be a rule, or it can be a limit, like, I only buy the thing I came for, or I don't add protection boxes at checkout, or if I need to think about it, I don't buy it today. If you truly want an upgrade, decide it before you open the page. Decide it the way you decide a haircut, on purpose, in advance, not because a button flashed at you, okay? Keep the ticket page open in your head. Now, watch how the exact same climb shows up at dinner. You open a delivery app because you're tired. You tap the meal that looks normal. The menu price is one number, then the extra charges appear, then the tip suggestions appear, then the app asks if you want priority, like you're buying airline boarding, and suddenly your lazy dinner is priced like a mini celebration. Here's the sneakiest part. The same restaurant can cost more inside the app than it does at the counter. So, you're paying extra before the fees even start. That's the ladder, hiding in plain sight. This is why it feels like food got expensive overnight. It didn't just get expensive, it got upgraded by default. Now, picture what you actually wanted. You wanted hot food without effort, but the app is selling you speed, comfort, and guilt relief. That's what the latter looks like in a hoodie. The cheaper swap is boring, and that's why it works. If you want delivery sometimes, pick it on purpose, not by default. Make pickup the normal choice. Make delivery the occasional choice. Pickup is you walking in, grabbing a bag, walking out. Delivery is you paying for the ride, the wait, the packaging, and the convenience. And when something goes wrong, you're still the one who is hungry. Now, the drive-through. You pull up and the menu board is glowing like a slot machine. The deal is the combo. It's framed like you're wasting money if you don't upgrade. Make it a meal, add a drink, add dessert. It's fast, and that's the point. You say yes because you don't want to slow the line. Then you're holding a bag that costs way more than you expected, and you barely enjoyed it. The swap is not to swear off fast food forever. It's to stop ordering the version designed to climb. Order one thing, or split one combo with someone, or keep a couple quick grocery options at home so you're not buying dinner under pressure. A frozen meal, bagged salad, rotisserie chicken. That's not glamorous. It's also not a surprise bill in a paper bag. Now coffee. This one is sneaky because it feels like a small daily joy. You open the coffee app. The drink starts simple. Then the add-ons start whispering. Extra shot, alternate milk, upgrade the size, better package. Then it keeps going with seasonal options and little complete your order nudges. And the app keeps smiling like you're designing art. You're not. You're building a receipt. The swap is not never buy coffee. It's to separate caffeine from entertainment. Caffeine is a job. Entertainment is a choice. So, buy the boring version when you want caffeine. Save the custom drink for when you want the experience. That's how you keep the joy, without paying for it every day. Okay? Now the ladder moves from food to something even quieter. Access. Because these days, you don't buy one thing. You buy permission to keep using a thing. Subscription. That just means a charge that repeats until you stop it. Picture your Manage Subscriptions screen. It looks like a junk drawer. A couple services you love, a couple you forgot, and a couple you swear you'll use next week. And each one feels small, so you keep them, then you click into one, and the annual plan is already selected. It's framed like you're wasting money if you don't commit, so you're being pushed up the ladder again. Commit longer, pay more, feel responsible. But the trap is paying for access you're not using. And the cancellation is often not as easy as the sign up. You click cancel, and suddenly there are questions. Are you sure? Want a discount? Maybe pause instead? It's not just evil, it's sticky. Streaming is the obvious one. One show drops and you subscribe. Then another drops on a different service and you add another. Then someone in the house wants another one. And now you're back in cable land without realizing it. The swap is rotation. Pick one service for this month. Watch what you want, cancel. Pick the next one when you actually need it. You still get the shows. You just stop paying for maybe. Apps do the same thing. You download something to scan a document, track food, edit a photo, learn a language. It works for a day, then you forget it exists. But the charge keeps happening, quietly, in the background. The swap is simple. If an app charges every month, cancel it the moment you stop using it, then delete the app. If you need it again later, you can reinstall. That's not you being cheap. That's you refusing to rent your own phone. And then there's the gym membership. This one is painful because it feels like you're investing in yourself. You have the key tag. You can picture the machines. You like the idea of being the kind of person who goes. But if you're not going, you're not buying workouts. You're buying hope. And hope should not be billed monthly. Also, gyms don't need you to show up to get paid. They need you to keep paying. So the business works best when people sign up emotionally and then disappear. The swap is to pay for the gym only when you have a plan you will actually follow, or use a cheaper option you will actually do. Walks, home workouts, a class pack, anything where you're paying for real use, not a fantasy version of you. And notice what connects all of this. The first number you see is only the starting point. Now, let's go back to that checkout page, because it gets worse. You're scrolling on the ticket site again. Your total is high, and then you see it. A tiny checkbox. Protect your tickets. It's one click. It looks responsible. And it's placed right where your thumb rests. You can cut big purchases and still lose. But there's a catch. The tiny add-ons at checkout are where your budget gets mugged. This is the checkbox I warned you about. It prints money because it feels like safety. Ticket protection, package protection, extended warranty. That just means a promise to repair or replace something within a time window. Picture an electronics checkout. You buy the item. Then the page slides in a protection plan with a friendly explanation. Accidents happen, better safe than sorry, and the price is small compared to the big item. So your brain goes, sure. But look at what's happening in that moment. You're not just studying terms. You're paying to quiet a bad feeling. Here's another quiet detail. A lot of products already come with some basic coverage, and a lot of stores have a return window, so the add-on is often overlapping with protection you already had. But it feels new, so it feels necessary. Now, picture shipping protection. You order something online. Right before you pay, there's a toggle. Protect your package. It's framed like the world is full of porch thieves, so skipping it feels reckless. Here's why these add-ons are usually a bad deal. They're priced for the outcome where nothing happens. And most of the time, nothing happens. So you pay extra again and again for the comfort of just in case. This is also the being responsible one. People feel proud adding it, like you're adulting. But a lot of these plans come with fine print. They have exclusions, they have steps, they have time limits, they have reasons to say no. So you pay, you forget, and when you need it, you get exhausted. Sometimes the repair is cheaper than the plan, sometimes the replacement is cheaper than the hassle, and somehow the checkbox still wins. The swap is to build your own tiny repair pile, not a giant project, just a small amount that sits there for boring problems. A cracked screen, a lost package, a blender that dies, you name it. When something breaks, you use your own money. You're not begging a form to approve you. You're not trapped on hold. You fix the thing and move on. And if nothing breaks, the money stays yours. Now, this does not mean every protection plan is evil. It means the default answer should be no. If you want protection, buy it only when the risk would actually hurt you. Not because a checkbox made you anxious. All right? Because the latter is not only about fees and protection. It also shows up in the aisle, right next to the boring stuff. You're standing in front of two bottles. One is the name brand. The other is the store brand. They both clean the same mess. The name brand looks safer because it's familiar. The label has been in your brain for years, so it feels like the responsible choice. But a lot of the time, you're paying extra for comfort. The swap is to test the boring version. Buy the store brand once. Use it. If it works, congratulations. You just got the same result for less, and you didn't have to sacrifice anything. If it doesn't work, fine, because now you know what's worth paying for. That's the whole point. Now, clothing. You see a basic shirt, then you see the same shape with a logo stitched on. The logo is the upgrade. It's sold as identity, but fabric is still fabric. A logo does not make the shirt warmer. It does not make the shirt softer or the brand louder. The swap is to pay for fit and comfort, not for a stamp. Buy the plain version that you actually like wearing. If you want one nice item, pick one on purpose. Pick it because you love it, not because it shouts. The latter loves loud logos, because loud logos turn your money into someone else's billboard. Okay, now the biggest upgrade button people tap without thinking. New. Picture a phone upgrade page. The new model is glowing. There's a big trade-in box, and there are tiers that make the middle option feel boring. It's presented like a personality test. Basic, Plus, Pro, Trade-in. That just means you hand them your old phone to lower the price of the new one. Then the page offers the Pro version. The camera looks unreal. The ad makes you feel behind. Meanwhile, your phone still texts, calls, maps, and plays music. So, what are you really buying? Often you're buying the feeling of being current, and they make it easier by talking in tiny payments, not the total, so it feels lighter than it is. This is the same thing as the ticket checkout. Remember the VIP upgrade option. It's not about the seat, it's about the story you tell yourself. The swap is to upgrade when your old thing fails a job you actually need, not when the new one looks like status. If your phone is slow, clear it out. If the battery is weak, replace it. If the screen is cracked, fix it. You can do all that without starting a new climb. Like this video to build a habit and save it so you never forget. All right, back to the ticket checkout. This time, we're not scrolling like we're confused. We're using the page like someone who's paying attention. You see the seat, you see the total, you see the upgrades lined up like candy, and you pause. You scroll back down to the add-ons. That protection box is checked by default, so you tap it off. The total drops, and nothing bad happens. Then you look at the bundle. It's just a pile of extras with a friendly name, so you skip it. The total drops again. Now you're left with the one thing you actually came for, a seat. And the weird part is how calm you feel when you see the total shrink. Like, you just took your money back. If you try to cut everything fun, you'll snap back later. But there's a catch. The win is keeping what you truly use and deleting the upgrades you don't even enjoy. This is the part people miss. The goal is not to live like a robot. The goal is to stop paying for upgraded versions you barely notice. Here's what keeping the fun stuff looks like. You pick a couple upgrades you actually feel, and you delete the rest. You don't need every upgrade. You need the ones you would miss if they were gone. So, here are 3 questions to run before you hit buy. First, what job does this do? If you can't say the job in one sentence, pause. Picture the ticket page. The job is, I want to be in the room, not, I want a lanyard and early entry. Second, how often will you use it? Be honest. Picture the gym key tag again. If you went a couple times last month, a monthly charge is a bad joke. Now, picture a streaming service you haven't opened in weeks. That is not entertainment. That is rent for an icon. Third, what's the cheapest way to get that same job? Not the cheapest version of the item, the cheapest way to get the job done. Picture dinner. If the job is, I need food fast, pickup does that job. Delivery does it with a fee on top. Picture coffee. If the job is caffeine, the boring drink does the job. The custom drink is for the vibe. Tickets that start cheap and climb with fees and upgrades, those upgrades feel small until the total snaps you awake. The swap is to set your seat budget on the total, not the base price. Food delivery for normal meals. It turns an ordinary dinner into a premium purchase without you noticing. The swap is pickup, or a quick home option you can repeat. Fast food value meals that push you into combos. They're designed to make the bigger order feel like the smart one. The swap is one item, or a grocery alternative when you're rushed. Coffee drinks that turn into custom projects. A few taps can turn coffee into a daily splurge. The swap is basic coffee most days, and fancy drinks only on purpose. Stacking streaming services because you might watch. You end up paying for 3 libraries while using one. The swap is one at a time, then cancel. App subscriptions that keep charging after the first week. You paid for a problem you had once, and forgot about. The swap is cancel it when you stop using it and delete the app. Gym memberships you don't actually use. You're paying for the idea of being a gym person. The swap is pay per visit, home workouts, or a plan you will follow. Protection checkboxes on tickets and shipping. They sell relief, not value, most of the time. The swap is skip it and buy from places with clear returns. Extended warranties on electronics and appliances. They feel responsible, but they're often priced to win for the seller. The swap is skip it and keep your own small repair money. Name brand household basics that feel safer. You're often paying for familiarity, not better results. The swap is try the store brand and keep the difference. Designer logo clothing that sells status as fabric. You're paying extra to advertise someone else. The swap is pay for comfort, not for the logo. Annual phone upgrades because new feels necessary. It's the cleanest example of the latter in your pocket. The swap is keep your phone until it can't do the job. Now go back to that ticket page and feel something different. Not confusion, control. Because the page only works when you forget you have a choice. The price you see first is only the opening number. The upgrade ladder is always there, but you don't have to climb it.